Hello guys, myself Narendran. I'm here to tell you something a little important and a little step that you can take to prevent cyber attacks from the outbreak of coronavirus. Most of the people across the globe are working at home right now. They're using their home network. And one thing that you should remember is that a home network is never as safe as an office network because your office may use some kind of advanced technical or sophisticated things like intrusion detection system, etc., to prevent cyber attacks. But you should be aware of these things while using your home network. Most of the people are struck with fear, and that's the point where social engineering attacks are more crucial, and hackers take it as an opportunity to strike you when you are the most vulnerable. Let's see some kind of forms in which they appear. Okay, yeah. Almost most of the cyber attacks that take place online comes from emails, almost 91% of them. This is how some of the ways in which coronavirus spams come. The first thing is something like the confidential cure solution on coronavirus. Some kind of review is attached over here. And the moment you click this link, it may contain some malicious scripts running inside. It may redirect you to some malicious websites, or it may even let you to download some kind of suspicious files that you most probably will, and which is enough to make your system vulnerable. Okay, never ever click such redirecting links. These buttons may look attractive, but never get fooled into that trick. Yeah, this is yet another kind of attractive link provided by the government of UK. Actually, it's not provided by government of UK, but most probably, most people, if I may see also at times, I may think that it's actually coming from the, but you should always be careful. Even though these sites appear as legit, they are not legit, they are phishing websites. Please never click a website link that is provided on a Gmail attachment. Always go to the official site and check if such and such a thing is actually there. Most probably they are stating that they are giving a tax refund since the outbreak of coronavirus to all the peoples across the country. But you should not be fooled. You should go to the official link and check in for that, okay? So what we basically see here is another kind of spam mail which states you to download some kind of compressed file as a safety measure to prevent coronavirus. That is, it may contain some files that will contain some safety measures to prevent coronavirus, but you may not be fooled by this because most probably this would contain some kind of files that when you extract on your system will put your system at risk because it contains a set of trojans and malwares. Most probably it may even be a ransomware. So please make sure not to download such email attachment from any mail service providers. Provider, you know that they are coming from legitimate sources. Those things. The next thing is again, it is giving you a striking image. The moment you see something like that, increased community transmission, you will strike in with fear. And whenever you get fear, you get more anxious. And whenever they beautifully provide such a message for additional information about high-risk places around such and such a thing, then most probably go and click on the link below. This is a carefully phishing attack site, crafted one. I mean, what actually how these sites work is that they will redirect you into something attack, and it most probably will be some kind of cross-site request forgery, cross-site scripting attacks, and all that is taking place. They may send you to some kind of malicious websites. They may ask you to download some kind of malicious contents. It can even replicate itself again and again, building up more viruses, and in the meanwhile it is enough to put your security at risk. What they do is they will see what you're stored in your browser, your cookie session IDs, and the credentials that you're saved in your browser. Such and such things can be taken by these kind of links by just one click. Next thing what we can see here is another kind of spam mail about coronavirus stating it to donate Bitcoin as a part of disease control and prevention. Understand that no legitimate company or organization will ask you to send bitcoins as a part of donation. It will most probably be a spam mail. So beware of it. Media is one of the backbone of our country, and what it can do is not less ordinary. Creating awareness of these phishing attacks can always be one of its true methods to help people to stay safe from these kind of cyber attacks. What media can do is they can creatively upload new kind of stuffs. They can inform new kind of phishing attacks that are occurring, especially during this scenario or this particular period of corona outbreak. It should be able to distribute or publicize the importance of how people who are mostly working at their home to be alone alert against these phishing scams. One of the innovative advancements that can be brought up forward is the anti-phishing protection, which mostly come accompanied from an antivirus software. The Windows Defender that you most probably use in Windows system, or the Bitdefender antivirus, or the Norton antivirus, whatever antivirus it may be, almost most of them in this era would come out with an anti-phishing protection. That's the online protection mostly. What they actually do is based on these four principles. The first one is to provide a secure gateway for email communication. Then it should provide URL protection. URL protection means that every site that is being redirected to is under this whitelist, or they are not in the blacklist. The attachment protection is whenever you download some contents via email or some kind of other downloadables, it does not contain trojans or other viruses embedded inside it. And impersonation protection is nothing but to make sure that the owner of that particular message or the mail that came from is a valid user. Suppose they come in saying as they're from this and such an organization, it should ensure that the person is exactly from that organization and the email is coming from the organization's domain itself. Okay, here we have another kind of phishing protection tool. This is called ID of online identity protection tool. Most of the antivirus will be accompanied by such online protection tools, especially your Norton antivirus, your Bitdefender, or even your Windows Defender comes with online protection tools. These can basically provide you protection against such phishing attacks. Don't mind it. Now think before you click. You should know that a single click is enough to let your privacy at risk. So before you click, you understand that the source is legit. Never click something that it will arise suspicion. Most probably when you use a good browser like Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox, it will see that the click that you made is sending you to some kind of suspicious websites which may put you in kind of security risk, or some kind of suspicious file that you're downloading. It will always state it before that. So please be aware that before you click something, you should understand your security may be at complete risk. Okay. Anti-phishing toolbars or browser extensions that provide security is one of the most popular concepts today. Especially you can see several kind of browser extensions that can give you protection, like the malware browser extension and the IOBIT extension. And most of the antivirus accompany themselves with browser extension that can support you directly while you browse. That's one of the amazing feature, and browser extensions are rarely a few kilobytes of size, and it can give you wondrous protection against these phishing attacks. Okay, one of the safety measures that we can again use is to ensure that the websites we visit is HTTP secured, or it contains HTTPS before them. Because all those connections that we establish in such websites, they are all encrypted. And by encrypted, the fact that means it's that whenever we enter a credential, it is encrypted and sent across. So most probably the malicious sites would not have the HTTPS. Yeah, the next thing is always keep your browsers up to date. Browsers always comes with patches at least within 1 or 2 weeks, and these browsers are the first framework through which you will see such things. And if the browsers can prevent it, it's well and good enough that you may be safe, very much hectic safe from this phishing attack. Now firewalls. Firewalls prevent hackers and malicious softwares from gaining access to your computer or a system when it is connected to an internet or a particular network. Please make sure you always turn your firewall on, and it may come as softwares or hardwares. Yeah, this is your Windows firewall. Always make note that they are turned on. Firewalls or built-in system softwares, or they may even come as hardwares. They're one of the important walls that you have over your computer network while you connect it to the internet outside. It's very much essential to prevent most kind of attacks. And the pop-ups. Oh, how much time we have seen such pop-ups. It'll be terrific. Whenever you're browsing something, some pop-up will come and say you won such and such a brilliant trillion rewards, and it will say your computer is at risk. One thing you should keep in mind is that a browser it can never understand if your computer system is infected by a virus or not. So if such a mail appears, it's completely hoax. Just click this close button. Even if there is a cancel button here, never click there. You should always click this because that's where the pop-ups close. The other thing can be redirected. Even if it does a cancel, it may be redirecting to you using stuff to some kind of other websites. Now the next thing, no valid company or organization will ask you to enter a personal or health information via email. Always make sure that such a site, if such and such site is asking you, you should never do it, because you should not leave your privacy to the hands of other people. And replying to emails is something that is directly going to hit you. Now the last thing, stay aware that your home network is not as safe as your office network. You can be vulnerable targets, and your psychological assets can be exploited using social engineering attacks. Ever since this outbreak of corona, most of the people are fear-stricken. You should never let anyone take advantage of your scenario. Please be aware of this. That's all guys. Stay home, stay safe. Let's break the chain.